Hello, friends. I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? I hope it's fantastic. Everything here is wonderful. And cooking out was the thing that I got excited to talk about yesterday and completely forgot. Cooking out. It's not really about the cooking out part. I mean, I guess it is. So Memorial Day passed. It was last week. We didn't talk about it because whatever. It was my daughter's graduation. That was more important. Memorial Day, I didn't do anything. I mean, we did. We rode the bike and got dinner together, but that was about it. And where I was headed with that, the cooking out or the thing was, I'm not good at. We've talked about this before, that I'm not good at being a friend. Like I'm not good at keeping in contact with people. I'm not good at reaching out. I'm not good at remembering that other people exist. Not that I'm necessarily a narcissist, although I think narcissism is part of it. I think that I'm lost in my own world, and I have so much going on that I want to do that I just genuinely forget that it's like, oh, you're supposed to be friends with this person. You're supposed to, ask them if they need anything or whatever. And so I'm not good at having like functions, and I probably should. It's one of the things that my sister does really well that I've always been jealous of. She's always maintained a friend group, and she's always had people around her that, and so every holiday she does, she has a little event, and I'm not good at it, Like around solstice time is about the only time I have anything like that. Years ago, like when M first started coming around, so 4 or 5 years ago, we for Father's Day, I wanted to have a little cookout, so I bought like a little hibachi style grill, and I bought a fire pit, and I built myself a little fire pit area. We've used it twice, maybe 3 times in the last 4 years, 3 years. It's been 3 years. We used the grill like maybe twice. Discovered that M doesn't like the taste of charcoal. She'd rather use propane. I don't have the propane grill. I've had friends over here and there. Jeff comes over sometimes. My friend Mark, I've been friends with Mark since I was 15, and our friendship it was always really strong, and then over the last probably 6 or 7 years, we both got really busy with kids and life and stuff, and so we don't really see each other much. He's come over a couple of times, play some cornhole. We've had Memorial Day not fireworks. We've played cornhole with the kids, but it's just like, I was thinking that I really need to put an effort into having more like events, like, hey, let's have a cookout. Let's go buy a grill. Let's have a cookout. Let's have some people over. It doesn't have to be like a blowout. I'm not going to invite tons of people, but there have been times where I'll have a group over for gaming. It hasn't happened maybe it hasn't happened since the pandemic started. I'm not positive, but there's definitely been some times where I'll be like, hey, I've got this cool game I want to play. You guys want to come over on a Sunday and we'll play? And so a couple of people from game night will come or whatever. And that, my house is not tiny. I mean, my old house was extremely small. My current house isn't tiny, but it would be hard to have more than 3 or 4 people or 5 people or whatever. But, thinking about it, so like I just mentioned, my friend Jeff, he's single. But he has a lot of friends like me who will be like, hey, you want to come over for our thing? And so I could have probably been like, hey, Jeff, do you want to come over? We'll have a cookout. I could have asked Mark if he wanted to come. Like, there are people. I could ask my sister, like, even though she was probably doing her own thing. I definitely, M's brother would have probably came down. I need to make more of an effort. I would like to make more of an effort to have those sort of social things because I do enjoy them. Ultimately, getting 4 or 5 people sitting in lawn chairs, having a couple of beer, playing some cornhole, grilling on a grill, and just being people together, I really enjoy that, and I would like to make a bigger effort. And I would also like to find, some couple friend, like, not to disparage my single friends, but I would like for Em and us to have couple friends that we could have dinners with or have over for an evening or whatever. We don't have that currently. Part of that is our relationship was born and thrived during 3 years of let's not talk to anybody. So we need to find a way to get some more people involved in our lives, and I would like to build that group somehow, some way. I don't know what it is yet. I need to get a grill. I think that's part of it. I think that if I have a grill, here's the thing: when friends come over, like if I invite you over to play test one of my games, you're getting fed, and I'm going to cook something that you've never had before because I cook, right? And I always cook for my friends, and they enjoy that experience. But cooking is very different from grilling. I think if I had a propane grill, there's something about a grill that inspires, like, well, we got to buy, if I'm going to buy a pack of hot dogs, I'm going to cook them all. If I'm going to buy, 3 pounds of hamburger, I'm going to make patties. So there's, when you buy hamburger buns, they come in a 12-pack or an 8-pack. Like, I need people to eat this food. And so I think having the grill is kind of the linchpin of the whole operation, because then I am more likely to do larger cooks. It would be very difficult for me to feed a small party of people hamburgers from my stove. Like, it's difficult. But doing it on the grill, that's dead simple. Having grilled corn and grilled veggies, or having steaks or whatever, it's so much easier to do with the grill. So I think I just need to suck it up and get a grill. And then I can try to figure out a way to have people over. The other problem is we don't really have an outdoor space that we can chill in. Like, I have my driveway, which is probably, honestly, the best place. Put the cornhole boards out. We can move our cars down to the parking lot down here, move the cornhole boards out, maybe set up a fire pit, set up some chairs, bring a cooler in here or something, set the grill up down here. That's really about it. My front porch is we have a table out there that's like a 2-foot diameter table. There's about 10 inches between that table and my railing. It's not really a porch. It's like a front. They made it look like a porch so that it had some curb appeal, but it's not a porch. And in the backyard area that I have fenced in, there's a 8x8 pad there, but there's no shade or anything. And that's the dog's yard. So cleaning it up and stuff and getting it ready for people, it's not really a place to go sit and chill. So I need to figure that out. I'd like to make a better effort this year. We talked yesterday, I'd like to make an effort to ride more. Today, I'd like to make a better effort to have more social events at my house. I would like that. So if you're one of my friends and I haven't invited you to a social event yet, or this year, or whatever, you should probably say, hey, when are we going to have a social event? When am I going to get invited to your house? And that will motivate me to do that. What about you? Do you go to friends' house often and like hang out, have dinners? Do you have people to your house? Is that something that is important to you? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends, wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Today's word you should know to sound smart is redolent. It is an adjective meaning an object possessing a rich scent or alluring aroma, or a situation with a hint or promise of rich possibilities. Her rose garden was redolent with the perfume of 1,000 flowers. Redolent, R-E-D-O-L-E-N-T. Ooh, I like that. That's a good word to pronounce. It's an easy one to pronounce. And it's, man, I like that. This channel is becoming redolent for me. So much possibility.